Oh, Christ almighty.
Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders. Let's talk Penguins and Rangers. But let's not talk about Flyers, because they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny.
I did it.
He
right?
did it.
It was
There
correct.
you go.
I did it right this time.
Nice job.
Yeah, buddy.
Feel like now that the season's going to open next week, we are right on it.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm right on it. Can Matthew Schaefer become the first player in NHL history to win the Calder, the Norris, the not the Vezina, the playoff MVP, and the Stanley Cup all in the same year?
No.
Where did that even come from?
No.
I mean, he can. I was thinking about it as I was cycling through some notes from this past week that we were yapping about, and the picture of Matthew Schaefer came up, and no one's ever done it. Why can't he be the first?
Why not Harrison Burdick from the Penguins?
Who?
Oh, we'll just wait to get around to the Metro.
Wait, is that a real player?
Yeah.
Like skates and everything?
I talked about him last week. I guess you were really on it when I was going over the Penguins.
Billy, you were yawning while you were talking. Well, maybe not yawning while you were talking, but anyway.
Talking about a long shot, you'd probably make a little bit of change if you put like a few bucks on that right now.
I would have to imagine the odds of that it's astronomical.
Yeah,
$100 bet would give us what?
Oh,
this is the kind of thing you put $2 down on, and you make
really
thousands. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
but you put 100 to make a lot more.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you don't put 100 down on something stupid like this.
We all put in $25. What are you talking about?
I'm not putting in $25.
I wouldn't even put in 25 cents.
We all put in 10. We all put in $10.
No. I'm not putting a penny on something. That's so not going to happen.
This is going to be Alfonso Soriano 40-40 all over again.
It's giving money away. It's not a sure thing like Michael Ryder and Jaromir Jagr hitting 100 points combined.
Dude, the odds of that were pretty long. But Soriano had what, 39 and 40? Missed it by 1.
Well, that means you would have lost.
Yeah, I know I lost.
Well,
but he missed it by 1. I was at least in the ballpark. On a couple of
does Schaefer have to win the Stanley Cup, or could he be the playoff MVP and not win the cup and get all these things?
Well, I would assume he'd be the first one to do all those things anyway in the same year, right? So, yeah, I would love to see it. Now we got a guy that we can follow who's a number one draft pick who's going to.
A Rangers fan just said he would love to see the Islanders win the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah,
no,
thank you.
That is
you just said that.
That is not. You're mixing my words.
I
said I would like to see a player do that.
No.
Yeah,
I think you'd like to see a team from New York.
You'd love to see it.
But are you coughing still? That's great.
Yes.
I did not pick the Islanders to win the Stanley Cup this year. I'm throwing that out there right now.
Okay.
So
you still just said you'd love to see it happen.
Yeah.
You'd love to see Schaefer win those awards and the Stanley Cup.
It would be the most amazing thing ever. I mean, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer after his first year. Unbelievable. It would be unbelievable. Yeah. To see that in any sport would be amazing. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's a pipe dream, Nick. It's not going to happen.
No, not even. I don't think any player could do that. Because there's never been a defenseman that can step in, have that kind of impact. The closest people are like Ovechkin.
But isn't he exponentially faster than any Islander defenseman that played last year?
Yes.
So he's going to come in. It's no wonder why he made the opening night roster. He's ready, 100%.
100%. I mean, it's an upgrade from Dobson. I'll put it that way. I mean, Canadian fans would complain about that and say he's blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, I watched enough Dobson to see that in that short preseason, there's no comparison between the two players, in my view, when it, in terms of what's going to happen, like, in terms of just like their growth. And this Shaver's barely 18. He just turned 18, and he's playing with such poise and the skating ability, the stick handling, the heads up. He almost got crushed on one of those like saucer hospital passes across, from one of his teammates, and he avoided it because his head wasn't down. He saw it coming and jumped out of the way. Get that brief like, oh my god moment because you're watching and you see it
Oh my
coming.
God, he's gonna die. Oh wait, no, he's sick.
Yeah, and the guy didn't even like. He was going, and it wasn't even. He just stood there, like he wasn't skating hard into him or anything. He saw it, he was bracing for impact and avoided it. And you're like, damn, I've seen that. We've all seen that happen to our players and be like, no, why would you do this? But man, the kid's got his head on a swivel so far. But that's my biggest concern with him is he's just gonna
Great skating does make up for a bunch of fucking mistakes.
It
So,
does, and he's
yeah.
already shown that he can do that a number of times, and that's like complete opposite of what Dobson is, which is
Yeah.
why I go and say that, because like while Dobson's offense was very good, his instincts are good. I mean, I don't know. The only difference between the two right now, to me, or the biggest difference I would say, is Dobson is right-handed. And the Isles have so few options at right hand right now in defense. That's going to be their biggest problem for a bit.
And it was not worth even keeping him for that.
No.
No. I'm very interested. Very interested to see how he does in Montreal, as we've talked about, as when he doesn't play well there, and how fast the fans will turn on him. But I'm very interested to see that because we've seen this whole developing story with Hudson. They're looking at his contract and figuring his deal out, and that kid's just like Schaefer. He's a great skater. We've watched him play. He's awesome. I mean, that's
that
the
kid's
guy you
got
want to.
offensive. Yeah, that kid's got offensive talent.
He's a kid you like
Oozing.
to watch him. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
That'd be interesting.
But there was reports already that Dobson wasn't a fan favorite in Montreal already in the preseason. I think it took 1 or 2 games for them to start booing him.
It's gonna be. See.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
exactly.
We'll see.
Other things around the NHL. I want to get to 2 things before we actually get to any of our agenda items. One is an agenda item, but before we get to the Connor McDavid stuff, the Tampa Bay Lightning and Florida Panthers game this past Thursday and Saturday night. 322 penalty minutes, 16 ejections. We got fines out the wazoo. The Tampa Bay Lightning team got fined $100,000 by the NHL today, and John Cooper got fined $25,000. All ejections and fines were on the Tampa Bay side. If you haven't seen highlights of this, I implore you to go and watch the highlights. They are
Good times.
absolutely batshit crazy. And this was like 1970s Flyers, Islanders, or Flyers, Rangers type of brutality in this fucking game. It was kids called up from the minor leagues to go headhunting guys that are making $9 million. It was fantastic to see, to be honest with you, because it was the Panthers and because it was the Lightning and because it was not my team. That's why it was awesome.
I think this is one of those unique scenarios too, where we have a real rivalry where these two teams hate each other,
Yeah.
and
You're not even
and
selling it enough.
they're two of the top teams in the league. Like, this isn't just two random teams. I mean, when was the last time we had this? Like Colorado and Detroit when they were in their heydays. I mean, this is
pretty much.
In the
pretty
NHL, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's been a long time since like two top teams like just flat out can't stand each other, and that was wild, just wild to watch.
Would you rather have a game like that where it's just chaos throughout? You have to skate with your head up the entire game, or you're going to get it taken off by someone whacking you with their stick, or a game like the Rangers and the Devils played a couple of years ago, where everybody fights each other at the opening face-off, get it all out of your system, and that's it? Or are we talking 2 different things, preseason, regular season? Could something like this happen in the regular season?
Why can't
All of those questions. But all right, I agree with you that it can. Is it likely to happen during the regular season?
when these two
I
teams
don't
play?
Sure.
Yeah, I think less likely. I would agree. And you're going to get more things like Devils Rangers. That's why they had to do this preseason.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I thought I saw someone take their skate off and try to stab somebody.
I don't
Honest to God.
I don't think you saw
Honest to God, I thought I saw that. But they had the most random thing of the whole thing is that Florida went up 8-0 at one point in the game on Saturday night, and I think they won the game 7-0. So yes, they lost a goal because one of the players got kicked out of the game earlier, but was on the ice 10 minutes later when the goal was scored. So that goal was disallowed. I mean,
How
it
wild.
was just so the refs, poor guys. And we usually bash the
what
shit
can
out
you
of them.
do?
They had no chance. Nothing. What are they gonna do?
And they, a lot of times you say, hey, the refs got to step in so that the game doesn't get out of hand. They tried. They were ejecting people immediately. The first thing that happened, the first incident in that game where Ekblad got attacked, they ejected whoever the Tampa guy was who was a call up, right away. And like at least 4 ejections in that first period alone. Like every time there was like a major transgression, they were tossed, but they couldn't corral it. I don't know what they were supposed to do.
No, at the end of the game, there was 4 players on the Tampa Bay Lightning bench, plus the 5 guys that were on the ice. It was great.
Absolutely brutal, by the way. Being one of those 9 players, being like, wait, we don't have a full fucking team.
Oh.
Less than 2 lines.
Line change. Nope, can't do it, coach.
One guy just gets to stay out there.
Right, Ironman hockey in a preseason, you got to love it. I think one of the biggest surprises of this season was not necessarily that Connor McDavid signed an extension with the Edmonton Oilers, but what and how long he signed for. Is this giving the Edmonton Oilers an ultimatum? You have 2 years. Let's go win a cup. Here's the money to do it. There's no fucking excuses now. And that doesn't kick in until next year.
This
so the Oilers got 3 years. Yeah.
Really two, because you're going to trade him that 3rd year.
If you don't win.
If you're not, yeah.
Even if you win.
No, I'm saying if you haven't won by then, and you're not competitive in that 3rd year, you're going to trade him.
But man, how could they not be competitive now? Just as long, well, they have to make the right moves. That's how.
Yeah,
for sure.
They are the odds-on favorite to win the cup this year. Everywhere you look, they are the betting favorite to win the cup.
Well, Florida losing 2 of their top guys.
Yeah.
For either this whole season or
they'll have them back to the playoffs. So.
December. Yeah, we're talking. I mean, that's
barring they make the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs.
Should be able to.
Barkov is a very important piece of the puzzle when it comes to the Florida Panthers. Tkachuk, not so much, but Barkov, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I agree. I mean, they're going to be definitely knocked down a peg for sure. And so you look at it, and the Oilers are the other team that's made it the last 2 years, and they bring everybody back. I mean, it's going to be it's a lot of good teams in the West, but you got to go through Edmonton at this point. You got to beat them to get there.
Yes, absolutely. Just like you got to go, so you still have to go through Florida. Got to do it. I mean, whether it's the Panthers or the Lightning, you're going to have to go through Florida in order to get to the Cup if you're an Eastern Conference team, or maybe more Eastern Conference. But $12.5 million for Connor McDavid. I mean, it goes without saying he's leaving a shit ton of money on the table for these 2 years, but you could make the case that he's investing in himself, just like we have been saying for the past 4, probably since we came back on. It was probably like 2 episodes, but we have definitely been talking about players betting on themselves to get short-term deals in order to get the bigger money contracts after their short term is up, when the salary cap is exponentially higher. But you're Connor McDavid. You could literally break both of your legs and be out of hockey for the next 2 years, and there would still be teams lining up at your doorstep to give you $22 million in 2 years to come play for their hockey team. So it's not a bet on yourself. I'm Connor McDavid. I've already proved that I'm the best player in hockey every single year. But he's doing anything to win a championship. And for that, you got to respect him. Sidney Crosby for all those years was never the highest paid player. His $8.7 million contract. How long has he had that contract? Has it been like 10 years?
87
years. Yeah, for like
it's 87 years.
I mean, it goes back 3 contract signings at least.
Yeah.
However many years that represents.
When he first signed it, he was up there. It wasn't like it wasn't small.
Yeah, it wasn't the top salary. It was a high salary.
On the top. I mean, he wasn't leaving $6 million a year on the table for those 2 years coming up.
Right.
As I think that was the numbers I was reading. It was about $12 million total he left on the table. If you look at the 2 years, you could have, if it's a max deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they went back to back what, in 16 and 17?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 years they went back to back? And Sid was making 8.7 on his second deal by that time. So he had already taken less money in order to win more. So
Yep. Yeah, and obviously McDavid he doesn't care about money. He wants to win. And I think this is kind of signaling that even the next deal after this will be probably similar. He probably won't ask for more than what he's getting now after this deal because he doesn't need it. He just wants to win cups. I mean, clearly you can't lose twice in the finals back-to-back years and be like, yeah, I'm just going to take the bag.
He's too good of a player to not win the cup in his career. I think I can honestly say that. If he wins the cup in Canada and he gets his next contract at whatever it is, $22-23 million a year, you want to invest in a guy like that? Is he still going to be motivated now to go and win somewhere else after winning in Canada, where he could just retire right then and there? I mean, obviously he's not going to do that.
There's no question of motivation with a guy who plays at that level. I mean,
you're right.
Be a player that is so on top of, every player in the NHL is amazing. To have a guy who is such a step above, there's no question of his motivation. Being the best, that's just the motivation's in his DNA. He'll be older though. He'll be older, and you may get diminishing returns for that $22 million contract in a few years. But
if he loses a step, he's still faster than most players.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's going to stink. I'm saying he's not going to maybe be quite. Crosby's not quite the player he was 5 years ago. It's not.
Yeah, but I think when you have the hands and the skill and the vision that those guys have, doesn't really matter how old they are. Crosby's going to be what, almost 40 this year, or he's 40 this year.
Yeah.
Or he's around that number. So he's 30.
Well, every team would take it, but at $2 million, 100%. That's the only.
But his offensive talent hasn't gone away. He still almost scored almost 40 goals last year.
Yeah.
So his offensive talent is
guy,
there.
famously.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that way on his next contract and not being good after he wins a championship because I'm a New York fan. And I don't know what it's like having all these really nice things. The last time we had nice things was with the Giants. Was it the Giants in 2007 and 2011? Was that the last time a New York sports franchise of the major sports franchises won a championship?
So you just
I'm 1,000%. It's not the top tier sports in New York. It's not.
So says you.
It's a close fifth for
Pay
sure.
them what they're worth. That's what I say.
Yeah. Fuck that commissioner.
You're watching us rather than Monday Night Football. But the state of New York sports in general. I mean, there's there's no hope anymore with the Giants or with the Jets in their current situation.
No.
The players are great. There's nothing wrong with the players. It's all back office and coaching, 1,000%. With the Yankees, I mean, I can't even pick on the Mets. I can't even pick on the Mets.
No, you can.
Why not? You sure can. What's
Why
there not
can't
to pick?
Is this season a success for the Yankees? If they get swept, which 1,000% is going to happen tomorrow.
It looks very much.
When they get swept tomorrow night, is this a successful season for the Yankees?
No, it can't be.
I beg to differ.
Why?
I beg to differ because they won a playoff series and they had 4 home playoff games. It's on the business end of this, it is a huge success for the Yankees.
Oh, well, you didn't specify the business end.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're making their
all
money.
right.
There's no question about that.
Yep. Well, and
They don't.
Yankees.
I don't
It's
think they
always
have
a
to
success
worry
rate
about.
anyway.
I don't think they have to worry about that. They're making money no matter what.
But it seems like that's all they give a shit about. Because if they cared about anything else, Boone and Cashman would have been fired 3 years ago.
Of course.
3 years ago.
Oh,
They're
I would
good
say
enough
after
to-
2017.
Oh, okay, fair. Absolutely fair. But they continue to run this machine to continue to make money. And that's it. And because that's what they're telling us. By having Boone and Cashman come back next year, that's what the Yankees are telling every single fan. And no
Well,
one's
you-
going to stop going to the
You're
games.
labeling it a
Everyone's gonna go.
successful season, so why wouldn't they bring them back?
Yeah, but that's not what the fans want. The fans want championships. We don't want just having business success and making the playoffs and winning a couple playoff games. We want championships because that's what history has told us that the Yankees do is they produce championships. So we want to see that. That's why we're fans of them because they win a lot. So maybe I mean, I can't consider myself a front runner because my dad started taking me to games when I was a kid. So I wouldn't consider a Yankees fan a front runner, but we expect to win. We expect to win championships. And this, Hal Steinbrenner, is fucking unacceptable by all accounts. Championships. That's what we want. You should have signed Juan Soto. You should have given him $25 million more than the Mets wanted to give him. And you should have given him the keys to the castle, whatever it fucking took. Whatever it took. Because Soto and Judge in the lineup, them alone would have gotten you at least back to the World Series. At least back to the World Series. Not getting dismantled by embarrassed by the Blue Jays. By the Blue Jays. Embarrassed. So the Giants and Jets, I mean, why do we keep coming back every week? Is it just to continue to watch the car crash?
Well, that's your fault. I haven't watched more than 5 minutes of a football game all year.
I paid money
Well,
to watch the Giants this season.
You're an idiot then.
Apparently, I got false hope after the hype that they showed in and excitement in the preseason game. All of them, it was great.
The Penguins were 5-1 in the preseason.
Yeah, and listen,
we're going all the way, baby.
I get it all. I get it. But I hadn't seen a Giants team act like that with such togetherness in a really long time. So I thought, oh, maybe something changed, but it didn't. You know why it didn't change? Because it's Dable. Because I don't even know if it's the GM at this point, but he's guilty by association by still having Dable as his coach. So he has to go too. So here we are, 5 years later, back to square one again with the Giants. Again. And it's getting real tired.
Much longer for the Jets too.
Yeah, and you're right.
That's around season 14.
Season 14?
I mean, I don't mind the current regime that's running the Jets, though. Like, I feel like you've got to give them the time. But I feel like Aaron Glenn, he hasn't done anything that's made you go, wow, you're not a qualified head coach.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
What?
Dude, this team when they played that game, that Monday night game against Miami, I've never seen the team so ill prepared. So we don't know how to line up. We don't know how to pay attention to the snap count. I mean, the most basic shit. And I like Aaron Glenn. I'm not saying fire Glenn right now. He has not had a long enough chance. But that was not a well-coached team. The penalties, I mean, a well-coached team can at least cut down on mistakes and let their talent sink or swim. Some mistakes. I mean, sometimes you got a running back who just wants to, let the ball loose at the 1 yard line as he's celebrating running into the end zone. That sort of,
And that led to the, oh my God, I couldn't believe that. Jesus, good Lord. Ay. Well, listen, hockey's just starting. So we're
thank God.
Fuck all
kind
that
of
shit. Fuck that. Who gives a
we're-
shit?
we're kind of full of hope as this could be a successful
yeah.
year for one of our teams.
Hell
maybe.
yeah. Definitely.
But before we get there, I got to share a couple little images that were sent to us.
We're 26
by
minutes in.
one
We
of our
haven't
favorite
touched
fans.
it. Wait.
I know.
We gotta we gotta bypass this.
No. This is we're not bypassing it. So this is Steve and Steve's mic. Steve typically has that is a S, like one of those shields to block the S's.
A homemade windscreen, yes.
Windscreen. That's what it is. So Brian made the association that your windscreen looks awfully like the Sheik guy from Cannonball Run. And I got to tell you, there is nothing more fucking spot on than what Brian has shared with all of this.
And I gotta give a shout out to Brian because we actually saw this picture before our broadcast started, and I laughed good and long at this. I can't even reproduce how hard I was laughing at that comparison before. Fantastic.
Well, it's gone now, and that's the sign that it was truly fucking funny. Is that I have decided to remove it.
What? You
And I will
removed
be-
it? It's gone now?
I will be popping my S's from now on.
That's why I thought there was a snake in Steve's room over there.
Oh God. All right. It's the eve of the new season, and you know what that means.
Billy
Friends
wrote a
and
poem.
rivals predictions. Predictions. We're gonna predict how the Metro is going to finish in any order that you want, and then we'll give you the playoffs. I don't know round by round. I don't think I did round by round. I didn't. I just went.
And we're just giving you playoff teams, right?
I went
doing
playoff
that.
teams.
You guys did.
I did playoff teams right to the East and West finals and the Stanley Cup final.
Yep. Okay.
So we will begin in the Metro. You want me to start? And you can all laugh at me.
That's
Do
not
it.
happening. I will not be doing that.
There's just different hats. That's all we want. Come
We'll
on.
not be doing that. Good
All
idea.
right.
No.
In the Metro, it's I think we all agree it's Carolina's Metro to lose.
Sure.
Rangers, Devils, Caps, playoff teams. Islanders, Columbus, Philly, and Pittsburgh.
Is that your order? Rangers.
That's my order for the Metro.
Carolina, Rangers, Devils, Caps.
Washington. Yep. And those are my playoff teams in the Metro too. And then Islanders, Columbus, Philly, Pittsburgh to round it out.
Okay. I have Carolina, New Jersey, Washington, New York. Playoffs.
Which one?
New York Rangers.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. And then Columbus, Islanders, Penguins, Flyers.
Whoa. Fuck the Fly. Fuck Bravo.
Fuck
Fuck,
it.
Fuck the
the
Flyers.
Flyers.
the
Worse
Flyers.
than the fucking Penguins?
Yeah.
Wow.
Deadline. Yeah. deadline.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bravo. Bill, what do you got?
I only did top four. I'm not going to bother ranking the teams that aren't going anywhere. They all suck. Yeah. I've got, like both of you, I've got the Canes first place. I got the Rangers second, Caps third, Devils fourth.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow,
Ooh.
interesting. Nick,
I have the Hurricanes, Caps, Devils, Isles in that order in playoffs. I have the Jackets, the Rangers, Flyers, and then the Lily Penguins. Unfortunately, Bill.
Good.
Wow.
Fucking maybe all those nice things. I mean, you know what? I take back every nice thing said about any.
Well, no,
island.
you
Am I
wanna-
not
you
going to
wanna-
say it?
It'll be the last
Oh.
fucking time you. No, I'm kidding.
You want to see him win the cup, you know.
No, I don't. I absolutely do not. All right.
Wow.
East playoff teams. Steve, who are your East playoff teams?
Well, the four aforementioned four
Yes.
from the Metro, and then Toronto, Tampa, Florida, and Ottawa.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think this Ottawa team is going to make that jump.
I think we all are probably on that same bandwagon too. Bill? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not on that bandwagon. I got Florida, Toronto, Montreal, and Tampa for the playoffs from the Atlantic. And you know, it's between Montreal and Ottawa for that eighth team. I think Montreal is going to improve. My perception of Ottawa is a little bit like the Baltimore Orioles from a couple of years ago when they surged to the front. I think they're going to have a setback. I don't think that's a well-run team whatsoever.
Ooh.
Talented in some ways, but I don't see them coming back.
I hope they do have a setback. Nick?
I got Tampa, Toronto, Florida, Ottawa. I think Detroit, I don't think they can make that step. And I think Ottawa's too good for them. And I think Montreal's taking a step back too. I got then the Sabres and Bruins. I think the Bruins are going to be ass, but just whatever. It doesn't matter. They suck anyway. Either way. 7th or 8th doesn't matter.
I got the four teams mentioned before. In addition, I have Toronto, Tampa, Ottawa, and Detroit. I think Barkov's injury hurts them so much they don't make the playoffs this year.
Wow.
It's going to be real fucking close, but they're not going to make it. They're not going to have that defensive specialist, that face-off guy, that guy who scores, and most importantly, the guy who can pass the puck to Reinhart. They're not going to have that. Sorry, it takes away all of Barkov's goals and half of Reinhardt's goals. Sorry, they're just not going to make it up. They're too old.
I've got them finishing first.
Well, one of it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. Bill, give me your East and West finals, and who wins?
East and West finals. We're going right to the okay.
Just what? Just finish it off. Just finish it off.
Okay. My conference finalists are the Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers, with Panthers winning the cup against who the hell? Probably Dallas. I'm gonna say Dallas. Dallas, who's gonna beat Edmonton.
Ooh.
I have Carolina and
Whoa! It's not your turn yet. I was doing a fancy little order here. Why are you so upset?
Jesus.
So somebody should go.
Right,
Nick,
Tom? Oh, me?
No, Nick. Yeah.
There's the East, right?
Yeah. Well, no, just do East, West, and Stanley Cup, and who's your winner. Finish it out.
You go, because I have to figure out my West now.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So in the East, I have Rangers, Leafs, and in the West, I have the Knights and the Sidney Crosby Avalanche going range. And I have the Rangers and the Avs in the Stanley Cup Finals, with finally the New York Rangers hoisting Lord Stanley. Say, go New York, go New York, go. We're bringing that over onto the ice now. Steve?
If that happens, that is going to be legendary. This fucking my God.
Would be amazing. He gets traded
because I mean the way I'm just rolling my eyes and laughing at you. I mean, my God, if you made me eat those words, holy crap, that would be something.
I pray,
Sorry.
Please, Lord, if there is a just Lord up there, please let this happen. Steven?
I have Carolina and Toronto in the Eastern Conference Final, with Carolina winning it. I have Colorado and Edmonton out west, with Colorado winning it. And in the Battle of Seas, I've got Carolina winning it in 6.
Oof.
Oh, God, that would be awful. Oh, I would hate that.
So would I.
Ugh. Nick?
All right, I got Tampa and Carolina in the East, with Dallas and Vegas in the West. Win Tampa, taking Vegas out.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm.
Oof. I think that Vasilevsky guy's way too overrated.
Overrated.
Vasilevsky, come on,
Way too
Fucking
overrated.
overrated.
Hall of Famer.
Way
Here we
too
go.
overrated. But I like. Listen, they needed something to bond that team early in the preseason. Watch out for Tampa at the beginning of the year. Jesus Christ, they may steamroll everybody. Well, they may either steamroll or they're going to fucking lose every game. I don't think there's an in between with the Lightning right now.
I was looking at it. They had the highest differential in the regular season last year. Like it was like plus
Goals?
70.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, and they had the best. They had the most goals for, and then they were in the top 5 for goals against. They were very good last year. I mean, when you have a top offense and one of the top defenses in the league, I mean, come on, and it's tough to beat a team that's better than them in Tampa, in Florida. But it's just they're a good team. They're gonna be a really good team.
Yeah, they always are. All right, we're going to take a ride on the Metro. Now we're going to talk about our teams. And we are going to start with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, so let's talk about this Harrison Brunick that Tom doesn't remember that I ever said ever before. As training camp broke, they kept the 19-year-old Brunick, the 2024 second-round draft pick, and they waived Ryan Graves, who's got another 3 years at $4.5 million a year on his contract. So he's going to take that bag and go play in Scranton or Wilkes-Barre or wherever they decide, whichever they decide to send him to. Yeah. So I mean, like the statement's been made, in actions. What Dubas was indicating coming into the preseason wasn't a load of BS. The young guys had the chance, and that was at the expense of some veteran players, and so be it. Like Danton Heinen also, got the cut. So a forward went away in favor of another draft pick, a draft pick from 2025, Benjamin Kindle. I can read his play like a book. Yeah, Kindle. Yeah. So they're gonna go into the season against the Rangers tomorrow night. They're gonna have a couple rookies in there. The 18-year-old Kindle has made the team, and the 19-year-old defenseman Burdick has made the team. And there is the option after 9 games that they can be sent back to junior. There's no guarantees that they're going to be there the full season, but they are getting those first 9 games, which is, I guess, the limit before they can send back to junior and start like an entry-level contract. The Penguins don't have salary cap issues like some teams may. So I don't expect them to make a salary cap saving move by sending these guys to junior if they're performing. But what I would say I expect is, like, I think there's an understanding here that this Penguin season is not going anywhere. I don't think anybody's deluded enough to think that a playoff run is anywhere near likely. So I think that whatever decision they make for the young guys is going to just be the best decision for their development, not so much even the best decision for the Penguins and their current season. If they're not the same thing. So I don't think whereas I don't think that there's a salary issue if they decide to go entry-level contract a little bit early with these guys, they can afford it. But again, like if it's just simply better for their long-term development, why do it? So we'll see what happens after 9 games, and it's very exciting. It's actually a cool thing to have something to look forward to watching like that. Some of these guys, some of these kids, being in the lineup, another few of them were sent down to the AHL affiliate. Owen Pickering looks like he's made it to the team last season. He made it to the Penguins last season and played a little bit, but for now he's been sent to Wilkes-Barre, and maybe only until that 9 games is up, and he might come in to replace Brunick. We'll see what happens there. And another draft pick that they had, Will Horkoff. Just to touch on him, he played for Michigan. Played his, I don't know if it was his first game, but at any rate, a day or two ago, played and scored a natural hat trick for Michigan. So they're excited about him getting off to a hot start in the NCAA. And Murashov was sent to the AHL, but I think we're going to see some of that goaltender, hot young goaltender there. So some guys while we're playing out the whole thing with Letang and Crosby and Malkin and even Carlson to see if he makes it through the season on the roster. There's at least been a little bit of a youth movement, an infusion finally to see if we start like kind of putting together a future for Pittsburgh. So not going to make the playoffs, but could be fun. We'll see. That's all I had.
I think that's the right mentality as a Penguin fan to have. You're basically a bus on the road to summer, and you're just kind of waiting for the season to end. But you want to see some milestones. You want to see the kids improve, and you want to get excited about watching these kids. So you have the right mental state.
Precisely.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't when I talked about the Islanders before. So fuck the Islanders. Nick, you go.
Oh, awesome. So this week, I mean, just want to cover like the lines and stuff. This is team's pretty much set in stone now. All the rosters been released. Nothing surprising. Schaefer making the lineup was, I mean, I think before the season started, or before the preseason started, I was thinking it's a 50-50. Depends how he looks. He's only played 17 games in the last year, so it's hard to say how he'll play. And he played really well the preseason. Everything out of that first few days at a camp, all positive. It sounded like he's going to make the team pretty quick. And they don't want to send him back to juniors. He didn't go to obviously he didn't go the college route, which I think would have been the right move if he was going to go somewhere. Would have been go to one of the big schools. But there was no real talk of that, so I think that the plan was really for quite some time to have him join the big club. But interesting to see if he tried to get recruited halfway through preseason, right? How that would have worked out, but didn't happen. So that said, lines are looking interesting. Horvat's going to be a top line with Drouin and Hyman. Hyman is the guy we pulled from Montreal in the trade with Dobson. He was like a guy that Darsh was very specific in wanting from them because he plays a very hard-nosed game, and he has a ridiculous shot. He can score goals, but he hasn't really been a top-line guy. But I think they're trying to move guys around and put him in positions where he can help Horvat and Drouin and get pucks and be that extra guy that really push the pace and obviously get some shots on net. But he had a really, really pretty goal with playing with Barzy and Duclair the last game. Barzy threw a pass up the boards, long pass to Duclair, and Duclair threw a sweet saucer pass that just landed around a stick, and Hyman just had the real sweet mitts for like the quick finish, slid around underneath the goalie's pads. But it was a really tic-tac-toe play. Hyman's had a couple other, I think he had the one other goal in the preseason. He's looked pretty good, looked pretty interesting. So he'll start with Drouin and Horvat. They're gonna have Barzal with Liam Palmieri. Pajot is gonna center third line with Holmstrom and Shabanov. So we'll see how that goes and how they kind of balance those lines. I would imagine they're gonna be moving guys around throughout the year, and that leaves the fourth line with Zizekas, Sipakov, and Duclair. And again, we'll see how they move guys, but it sounds like they want to roll four lines. So not really a traditional fourth line for us. Sipakov is physical. I don't think Duclair is very physical. They could move pieces around, but they have guys like Mark Atacombe and Kyle McLean as the extra skaters. So those guys are probably going to be in the fourth line here and there. Give guys nights off. See how it goes. Defensemen pretty much just standard fare at this point. We have Pulak, Kapelak, line 1, line 2, D'Angelo and Romanov, and then Schaefer and Mayfield is the third line. And we'll see how that plays out. D'Angelo and Schaefer could swap spots at some point. I feel like it might happen. Depends how balanced they want to run things, or if they feel like, it depends on which Tony D we're getting. Because I mean, he played pretty well last year for his contract of like basically nothing. And now it's like start of the year with the team, and he plays offense. He's not really a great defenseman, but he played pretty well with Romanov. So we'll see how that develops. And if it doesn't, he could switch with Schaefer. They're both left-handed defensemen. Fit similar roles. Obviously, Sorokin on the back end. Rittich is backing him up until Varley hopefully will be healthy this year. He's skating on his own, but there's no timeline still. He hasn't played forever, so I mean, hoping he can come back, but it's not looking like he's going to be around very soon. But who knows? Pierre Engvall, he's supposed to meet with doctors this week because he had some lower body injury, or upper body injury. I can't remember what he has. He sucks. It just doesn't matter. Just get rid of him. We can't, but that's how it goes. He probably won't. He'll be down in the AHL. He won't be playing with the NHL guys, unless he plays. And I think what happens is he'll go there on a conditioning stint if and when he plays this year, and then basically they'll bring him up when, if he's playing well and they need somebody kind of deal. I can't imagine Engvall is going to be doing much for us other than that. And then Callum Ritchie, who is the other rookie guy we got over in the Brock Nelson trade, he's fine. Just he had a kind of they took him a precautionary thing, and he was like the last guy they were trying to figure out if they were going to keep him up with the big squad or not. He because of the injury, it sounds like they might give him a couple games and see where if he can. They want him here. If not, he's going to go down to the AHL and play. He'll probably start the AHL this year. They might give him a couple games and then to just give him a feel. But he'll likely be one of the first call-ups and take one of the center spots when he comes up. He played well in the preseason, so looking forward to that as well. Last thing, Isles had a ton of games missed by both Barzy and Pellick last year. And on top of that, if basically we had not anywhere in the middle, Pellick play and penalty kill, we probably would have made the playoffs last year. So those reasons, I feel like with Schaefer as well, and some other moves we made, Shavanov and Drouin and Heineman, just some new people in. We got some young kids in the pipeline. That makes me feel a lot better about this team than at the start of this year than does last year, obviously. But I think they're going to sneak in. I think they're going to sneak in the playoffs if everybody stays healthy. I think they can do it. They get the pieces, and I'm really excited to see how Schaefer plays this year. So
it's always the toughest thing. You can never guess health.
No.
Never guess health. So Rangers opening night roster was settled. As we surmised, they signed Connor Sheary to a 1-year contract, the league minimum. It's a 2-way contract, which is a really, really good thing. Just in case we need to send him down for any reason for whatever. And for everybody who's kind of upset that Sheary made the team over like Offman or Perot or anybody else like that, do you not understand what goes on in hockey? When you get a new coach for the first year, he likes to have guys who are familiar with his system that can spread around the locker room. Connor Sheary is obviously that guy for the Rangers this year. I'm not sure if Sullivan was here, he would have gotten a PTO to begin with, but he's a Sullivan guy who 100% was making this team, but based on just the first couple of preseason games that he had, and we talked about that. Panarin and Miller back full at practice today. And, the lines are pretty much what we said they were going to be. Miller, Zibanejad, and Cooley is going to be your top line. Trocheck, Lafreniere, and Panarin are going to be your second line. Laba with Radish. I mean, Noah Laba wins the job out of training camp. He wins the Lars Eller Award, or not Lars Eller, Jesus Christ.
Lars Eller.
Yes.
Why would you have a Lars Eller Award?
It definitely wasn't Lars Eller. But he won the best player at a camp for the Rangers this year. With the Rangers so thin at center depth, it really is no surprise that he makes the Rangers roster ahead of players like Hoffman, like Perreault, or even Berard, who had significant time with the Rangers last year. But as we said, is it going to be Sheary or is it going to be Berard? Because it's not going to be both. They're mirror images of each other. And Berard was the one that got sent down just because he didn't have to pass through waivers. But this is going to be a big year for the Rangers. It's a bounce back year for Adam Fox. He has to go back to some form of his Vezina or his Norris winning self. Speaking of the Vezina, Igor has to be in the conversation for the Vezina for the Rangers to have any success. So the Rangers need Fox back to his Norris Trophy winning defensive style, Igor back to his Vezina winning, and Panarin's contract is up this year, which means he's looking for a contract next year. And I can only imagine that he's going to be a little bit extra motivated to get paid in the off season and have a really, really solid year. So that's, those reasons, is one of the reasons why I put the Rangers so high on the list and having a Sullivan system. But the things to watch for, Mika Zibanejad is notorious for having a slow start. In fact, his 2024 season still hasn't started. So hopefully he'll kind of pick it up early in 25 because he's 100% going to be the key to your power play. There's people bitching and moaning that Lafreniere was taken off the power play. The Rangers gave him every opportunity in the preseason to take a number one power play slot away from somebody else, and he didn't. Lafreniere basically stood in a 4-foot square the entire power play and just didn't move his feet while everybody else was cycling. He just looks lost. People say his hockey sense is good. It's been 5 years? I still haven't seen it. He's the next Filipino. But I can tell you one thing. This is it. If this is the make or break season for Lafreniere, if he does not perform well, he is gone. He is out of here. There's no more leash left for Lafreniere to have. It's put up or shut up for him. But he's got to start moving his feet. He can't just stay in one spot for the entire game. He's got to move his feet. And Zibanejad has to shoot the puck. Has to. You cannot pass the puck anymore. You have every opportunity you get, be the most selfish person on earth on the ice at that time and shoot the puck on the power play. Because when our power play was going, you were sending howitzers from the side or even from the point of the power play. And Fox is going to need all the help he can get with that point shot from the power play because he doesn't have a really good one. He's got a good deflectable shot, but he doesn't have that real big boomer from the point. And Zibanejad's got to provide that. He's got to, in order for our power play to have any success. Open up the season against the Penguins on Tuesday night. Then they got games against the Sabres and the Penguins again. 2 out of the 4 games against the Penguins very early on in the season. Then they're home again to play the Washington Capitals. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Steve, Devils.
Not much surprising coming out of camp in terms of the roster. One thing I am interested in looking at is, again, with all of these guys going on injured reserve and non-roster injured and injured there's so many different classifications. One of the Devils' best lines during preseason was Luke Glendening with Cotter and Gritsuk. It was their fourth line. And Gritsuk Glendening was a PTO, and he's not on the roster. But I'm still interested to see if one of these different injury reserve situations make it so that there is enough cap space to get him on the team. because he really played well enough to earn a shot. First line, Dadonov, Hughes, Bratt. Second line, Meyer, Hischer, Mercer. Pretty much carved in stone for the time being. Palat, Glass, and Brown, third line. As much as we've been saying trade Palat, he did have a good preseason, so it'd be interesting to see if he keeps it going. Mention that fourth line. Siegenthaler, Hamilton, top pairing. Pesci, who's going to start on injury reserve. Luke Hughes would be the second pairing, and then Dylan and Nemec as the third pairing. I didn't see Ethan Edwards on the opening day roster too, and I felt like he would have been a good player to slot in alongside Hughes because they did have some time together at Michigan. So it would be interesting to see if they think to put them together, given their history together. Nico Dawes was put on waivers and actually made it through, which was a pleasant surprise. I thought there was a chance he'd be picked up, and they will have 3 rookies on the opening night roster. So all in all, I'm ready to get things going.
I think we all are. I think we are all ready to go and play some regular season hockey. And now next year, there's only going to be 4 preseason games next year. That's it, right?
Mm.
So last year with so many 6 playoff games.
And the Devils had a split squad game. It just made no sense at all. So
yeah, Islanders as well.
Be nice to do away with that.
Yep.
Well, probably next year as well.
No, I think they said that was like one of the things is there will be no split squad games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Now this is the wrong bell.
To the weekly WTF.
Yeah, and got to change gears a little bit today, and we just got to address the whole Mark Sanchez thing. Obviously, a good friend of mine. People know like this. You know, we could easily doctor this photo, but this is real. You guys can back me up on this. This was at Trump's golf course. Obviously, you could even see Trump behind Mark Sanchez's sunglasses there.
100%.
Trump hat.
100%.
4 Trump hats were red. Yeah. So he had a little thing happen in Indianapolis this week. So let's talk facts. He was drinking heavily on Friday night in Indianapolis. Yes, for sure. He was involved in an altercation.
What else is there to do in Indianapolis?
Nothing. Oh, nothing.
Really? So you got
I've been there. I visited the big racetrack.
Yeah.
That took like a few minutes, and yeah. And then there was
they have St. Elmo's, so I can understand he probably went to St. Elmo's for a steak and maybe their famous shrimp cocktail with the horseradish that clears out your nostrils, and he got snotted. Did you see the guy? Do you have that in here?
Oh, I don't have a picture of the guy that he was in the altercation with. He had some issues.
He was, how old was he? 69.
No,
he wasn't 6'7". He wasn't 6'7". No, 69.
So anyway, this altercation was with a grease truck driver, and I just wanted to clarify: grease trucks are not what we think they are in New Jersey. A grease truck with like a Rutgers grease truck, selling those big sandwiches that got like every fried thing you can imagine on them. It was actual grease, picking up grease from the restaurant, just grease disposal or whatever they got to do with use grease. So, and I also wanted to note in there, like it kind of similar to like how a sloppy Joe in New Jersey is different than a sloppy Joe elsewhere. You got to know in Jersey, we got these things that. Yeah,
I don't know what a sloppy Joe. What's a sloppy Joe elsewhere?
It's a deli sloppy Joe. It's not like a meat sloppy Joe.
What does that mean?
That means
what's the sloppy Joe that you know? I guess is the question.
Is manwich. Like the meat with the tomato sauce and the peppers in there.
Yeah,
to me that's a sloppy Joe. Yeah,
that's
a deli sloppy Joe is coleslaw with
coleslaw and
Russian.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a good sandwich.
It's
not quite a ribeye, but it's a good sandwich.
It's close.
So Mark Sanchez was treated for his injuries and released from the hospital into police custody, and just wanted to clarify that these are false accusations that I was drinking with him. That when he became too heavily intoxicated, I suggested that he should go out and do some wind sprints just to sober up. That's not true. And I did not yell, "That truck got in your way. It's Brandon Moore's ass all over again. Don't run into the back of it and drop the ball." These are all false, and I resent any resemblance to these remarks. So we're going to go to a Q&A. So obviously you guys know what the Q&A slide looks like, right? So I figured we would go this time for some hot guys. Let's do this for all of our female listeners and more likely our gay male listeners. And these are all Jet quarterbacks shirtless. So thought you might, maybe we could do a vote. Anybody want to say which one's their favorite? Got Sanchez, Tim Tebow, Aaron Rodgers, obviously Joe Namath, and Geno Smith.
You must have had a lot of fun.
I'm horrified. Nobody's really enjoying this like they should enjoy my last slide.
So you weren't with him?
I was not. No, I deny it.
And any hint that this is similar to the butt fumble you're saying is completely wrong?
Yeah, no. And I didn't say anything about it. Untrue.
Interesting.
Great. We're losing viewerships, Bill. Stop it.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that.
All right, I got to do better next time. Okay. Oh, I got to up my game.
That's not even me. I'm not.
Eat a cock, Linda.
Frustrating. Stop telling me what the fuck to do, Steven.
We're doing all of them?
No, I was honestly looking this one.
This is going great.
That was the one I was looking for. Right on. All right. Jeez.
I'm sure somebody with those pictures, somebody's vagina got too wet. We could absolutely do that sound clip.
No.
That's not it.
All right. Let's go to this day in Steve's stomach. This is going to bring us to year of 2014. Please go to April the 14th of
Hold on. Yeah.
14.
Hold on a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not give you enough notice today? Weren't you sitting there all day today?
I was busy.
Wow.
I had a lot of coughing to do. What day? I'm sorry.
April 14th. April 14th. I may have said August before. I'm sorry if I did.
Tax day?
April, that's the 15th, Bill.
Yeah. Tax day.
April 14th was a Monday. Breakfast was a 16-ounce bottle of Coke Zero.
Whoa.
And butterscotch crimpets. But I opted for the cream-filled ones on this particular day.
Giggity.
Lunch was a medium spicy chicken sandwich and French fries from Wendy's with a regular Coke, because I believe they probably didn't have Coke Zero at the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Right around the time, yeah. 2-mile run after work. Dinner was 8 empanadas, little guys, like smaller than a pierogi, little empanadas, with sour cream and a Coke Zero can. Tom, why did you pick?
Wait. You just said you had a Coke Zero can.
Yeah.
They obviously had Coke Zero at the time. You don't think Wendy's had Coke Zero?
Wendy's probably didn't have it because they probably didn't have the freestyle machine yet. Before the freestyle machine, it was just the standard traditional, and it was
Diet
probably just
Coke.
Diet Coke. Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Can I ask a question too? Because my mind was just blown before we get to the thing. You said there's butterscotch crimpets that are cream filled?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just thought they had like the butterscotch ones with the icing, but just the cake.
Yeah.
With cream in the cake, baby.
Vanilla cream in the cake.
What brand are we talking here?
Krausers.
Tasty cakes.
Yeah.
Krausers.
Krausers, Quick Check.
Krausers brand?
They make them without the
Go on a
icing on
quest.
it, but with jelly in it too.
Yeah, I would never do that.
I know you wouldn't, but if it was
Would
strawberry
never
jelly,
do that. No,
I'm all over that.
disgusting.
I'm all over
Why
that,
did
like
you
a
pick
cat.
Monday, April 14th in the year 2014? Oh, we get video back, but
Why
just no
cannot
sound.
I hear anything? Why can I not
Just
hear
no
anything?
sound.
Oh,
That's
I've been
go
eating
back.
for as long as I can remember, and I eat them with everything. And I'm Chris. I'm from Pomona, California, and I'm addicted to tortillas. I've been eating tortillas for as long as I can remember, and I eat them with everything. And I mean everything. I eat my cereals with tortilla. I eat my
it was the way he ate that sausage.
everything. And I mean everything. I eat my
Ugh.
cereals with tortilla. I eat my oranges. If it's edible, I'd probably eat it with the tortilla. I use tortillas as to-do lists, fly swatters, and even for cleaning.
All right, now
I
this
used to
is
use
fucking
sponges my
ridiculous.
entire life,
There-
but I think
now
nothing
this is
beats
just
the texture of a
this
tortilla.
is not real.
To keep a steady supply of tortillas, I have to
No.
outsource some work.
I mean,
Really?
So I
first
hired
that
my
for
uncle.
about 3 seconds, and then
Hi, Consuelo.
Oh, mijo, please, can I use the restroom now?
Let me see your work. Ooh, deal, the consistency. Oh, you put too much maseca.
Okay, keep doing it.
Ooh, please wash your hands. I can taste your.
Oh man,
actually,
that
here
was
you
my
go.
favorite. The uncle in the
Right.
fucking the uncle in the closet was definitely my favorite.
But well, how did I still don't know how that tied into the date? What?
That was obviously the date
How
the
did that all-
video was posted.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
Is that-
made.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
they're not all
No.
winners.
no.
They're not all
No.
winners.
Billy and I both fumbled today. We both butt fumbled today, both of us, back to back butt fumbles.
Yeah,
It was a real Sanchez of a day, wasn't it?
Oh God.
we were doing good through the ride the metro.
I was absolutely ready to use that as a way to justify my means of eating cereal, because that's way worse
Yeah,
than I would ever do. But
Yeah. Well, I did send you the Cool Whip with the Fruit Loops. I would definitely try that.
That's I don't
does
know.
that come with a needle to check your blood sugar?
Yeah,
I said try it, not eat it a lot.
Yeah.
I would definitely try that.
No,
But
I won't be
we
trying
wouldn't suggest. We wouldn't suggest having Cool Whip with your Fruit Loops or your Fruity Pebbles.
I wouldn't.
Anything with Fruity Pebbles would be great.
We were at a fair, like a craft fair yesterday, like a street fair, and there was a donut truck. And it basically, he would heat the donut up in front of you in the oil, and then he had all sorts of toppings that you can get put on it. And one of the toppings was Fruity Pebbles. And I just thought, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't that be delicious?
Yeah.
And anything with Fruity Pebbles on it would probably be delicious.
Yeah. You get that crunch. You're thinking.
Yeah, think of something.
Yeah, maybe not mushrooms.
Hot dogs?
I mean, anything savory.
It's got to be.
Salt
It's got to
and the
be.
sugar might be good with
No.
the hot dog. Maybe
No, hot
no,
dogs.
still no.
That's carnival food, dude. Come on, you're like this is like straight carnivals. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I suck.
We do. All right, that's going to do it for us. Enjoy the hockey. About 9 minutes ago, this should have happened.
More than that.
Listen, enjoy the hockey. It's the start of a brand new season. It's going to go quick as it normally does. It's going to be April, and our team's going to be fighting for playoffs. But before we get there, we're going to have a lot of fun this season. And well, maybe not all of ours. Maybe not all of ours. Sorry, Bill. But it is definitely going to be a lot of fun. So, Billy, go ahead. Yeah. Why did we do that?
Why not?
Is that his new intro to the
Yeah.
say something witty?
Excited for the season.
I agree.
Yeah, the way the show kind of crashed at the end, I kind of don't think I should say anything, Woody.
Why not?
Tell us more
I mean, why
about
would I
your
start now?
relationship with Mark Sanchez.
My friends and rivals. Flyers fuck, flyers fuck, flyers fuck off.
I think you need this one to really get the scent of that one.
Yeah, Brian. He came. Of course, he came on the tortilla.